The gladiatorial arena of Centauri Prime stretched beneath 3 purple suns, its crystalline floors stained with the blood of 1,000 forgotten battles. Princess Valara of the Centauri Empire sat in her observation pod, her 4 eyes gleaming, with boredom as she watched the waters rise in the execution chamber below. The creature thrashing in the rising pool was one of her collection, a magnificent beast from the conquered world of Earth. Its golden mane floated on the water's surface as it struggled, powerful limbs churning uselessly against the smooth walls. She had called it a lion, though the name meant nothing to her now. It had been amusing for a season, an exotic pet to parade before the court, but it had grown too large, too aggressive, too expensive to feed. Dispose of it, she had ordered her attendants with a wave of her jeweled hand. And so the lion drowned, slowly, as was the Centauri way with unwanted things. Captain Marcus Webb of the Human Resistance watched from the shadows of the service corridor, his heart pounding with rage. He had infiltrated the palace 3 days, ego disguised as a maintenance worker, gathering intelligence for the coming offensive. The Centauri had conquered Earth 6 months prior, enslaving millions, treating humanity as little more than curiosities, exotic animals for their amusement. He had seen humans in those arenas, children, elders, soldiers, all dead now. But this, watching, a majestic lion, a symbol of Earth's wild beauty, left to drown like garbage, something in Marcus snapped. "Screw the mission," he muttered. The security systems were sophisticated, but humans had one advantage the Centauri never anticipated. They were willing to break their own bones to survive. Marcus had learned the palace's patterns, exploited its weaknesses. He moved like a shadow, his stolen security badge opening doors that should have remained sealed. The execution chamber was designed for spectacle, not security. The Centauri never imagined someone would be foolish enough to attempt a rescue. Marcus didn't hesitate. He stripped off his disguise, dove into the rising water, and swam toward the exhausted lion. The beast's eyes, golden and fierce even in defeat, locked onto his. For a moment, Marcus wondered if he was about to be mauled, if this creature would recognize him as anything other than another alien captor. The lion's massive paw swiped toward him. Marcus caught it, held it, looked into those dying eyes and whispered, "I've got you, brother." Perhaps it was the tone. Perhaps it was the desperation in Marcus's voice, a desperation the lion recognized from its own chest. Perhaps it was something deeper, something that transcended species, the recognition of a fellow prisoner, a fellow survivor. The lion went still. Marcus wrapped his arms around the beast's massive torso, activated the emergency drain override he'd hacked earlier, and prayed. The water level dropped rapidly, too rapidly for the Centauri monitoring systems to register as anything other than a malfunction. By the time the alarm sounded, Marcus and the lion were gone, disappearing into the labyrinthine maintenance tunnels beneath the palace. The resistance base on Centauri Prime was hidden in the planet's equatorial jungle, a festering wound of humidity and poison flora that the Centauri avoided. Major Sarah Chen nearly shot Marcus when he emerged from the transport carrying a half-drowned lion. "You compromised the entire operation for a cat?" she shouted. Marcus set the lion down gently on the medical bay floor. The beast's sides heaved, water streaming from its mane. "Not just a cat, Major, a Earth lion. And I didn't leave Earth to watch our world's creatures die as entertainment. It's an animal, Captain. So are we, according to them." The medic, a former veterinarian named Dr. Patel, approached cautiously. The lion's eyes tracked him, wary but too exhausted to resist. "Malnutrition, dehydration, psychological trauma," Patel diagnosed, running a scanner. "This animal has been abused for months, but he's a fighter. He'll survive." "Name?" Chen asked, her anger deflating into resignation. Marcus looked at the lion, at the defiance still burning in those golden eyes despite everything. "Asad," he said, using the Arabic word. It means lion, but more than that, it means one who cannot be tamed. The weeks that followed changed everything. Assad recovered slowly, but his bond with Marcus grew with supernatural speed. The other soldiers watched in amazement as the massive, Predator followed Marcus like a shadow, sleeping beside his bunk, eating from his hand. During training exercises, Asad would observe from the sidelines, his intelligent eyes tracking every movement. "It's like he understands tactics," Lieutenant Harrison observed one day. "Maybe he does," Marcus replied, scratching behind Asad's ears. Lions are ambush predators, pack hunters, strategic thinkers. The Zentari saw a pet. I see a soldier. The test came during the assault on the Zentari communication hub. The Resistance had planned the operation for months, a surgical strike to cripple the Empire's ability to coordinate its Earth occupation. Marcus was assigned to the infiltration team. As they geared up, Asad paced restlessly, sensing the tension. "He can't come," Chen ordered. "This is a stealth operation." Marcus looked at his companion, at the lion who had survived enslavement, execution, and exile. "He's coming, Major. Or I'm staying." Chen's jaw tightened. Then she nodded. "Your funeral, Captain." The infiltration went perfectly until it didn't. A patrol stumbled upon them in the communication center's sub-basement. Plasma fire erupted in the confined space. 2 Resistance fighters went down. Marcus and his team were pinned, outgunned, surrounded. Then Asad attacked. The Zentari had never encountered an Earth predator in combat. Their evolutionary history had no analog for a lion, no creature that combined such mass, such speed, such calculated violence. Asad moved through the corridor like a golden missile, 400 pounds of muscle and fury refined by millions of years of evolution. The Zentari warriors, each 7 feet tall with exoskeletons and plasma weapons, screamed. Not in their language of clicks and harmonics, but in that universal language of terror that transcends species. Asad gave them no mercy. The lion that the princess had tried to drown emerged reborn, a force of nature, a reminder that Earth's children, whether 2-legged or 4, would never accept chains quietly. The team completed the mission. The communication hub fell. The Zentari occupation forces on Earth lost coordination for 3 critical days, enough time for the global resistance to launch simultaneous uprisings across 6 continents. Back at base, as Asad cleaned his bloodied mane and Marcus treated his minor wounds, Major Chen approached. "I was wrong," she said simply. "About the cat. About you." Marcus smiled, his hand resting on Asad's massive head. "He's not a pet, Major. He's family. He's Earth, and we don't leave family behind." The lion rumbled, not a growl, but something softer. Contentment, perhaps, or agreement. Princess Valara would learn eventually what became of her discarded plaything. She would learn that the creature she sentenced to death had become a legend among the human resistance, a symbol of survival, of refusing to die quietly, of turning pain into purpose. She would learn that humans, like lions, were not meant to be caged, and by then it would be far too late to stop them.